First one I named was Kate. Saul.
All right, I'll go first. And Marcia also invited me to have some slides. So I do have some slides just to help walk us through. Uh, so let me do that. All right, you all are able to see slides? Okay. So just a brief overview of our department for context. We have two programs, a mechanical degree and an aerospace degree program. We have a master's program that is both non-thesis and thesis on campus, and then a non-thesis distance. And then we have the PhD as well. We have about 400 students overall. About half of them, I'd say, are international students, with the rest being domestic. So that's sort of the context that we're working in. We have um, a lot of students of all sorts of different backgrounds, both on and off campus. So our AGEP plan goals were to tailor the PhD program to be more consistent with the desired student outcomes, which I'll show next, to increase the number of students who decide on careers in academia, to improve grad student mental health and well-being, to improve grad student and faculty research productivity and recognition, and to create a more welcoming and inclusive program environment and collegial culture within the department. And so our specific outcomes were really around research and teaching in terms of preparing students to be teachers, their communication skills, and overall professional development as preparation for academia. So I'm just going to touch on some of the main things that we've been working on. I'd like to start by saying, one arm of this is working on culture and sense making within our department. We have a monthly activity called MAE Conversations, which is an open, like brown bag lunch kind of thing, starting with faculty, but on occasion, grad students are also included in that around different topics about the culture of the department. It can be around, best practices in mentoring. We've had best practices in grading and rubrics and things that we can all come together outside of a faculty meeting. Um, we have monthly DGP meetings with the GSA leadership so I can hear them, GSA and research, GSA and faculty research mixers to help with matching between students and faculty who are looking for positions. We have an annual listening session with the leadership and the grad students, and then our climate committee also contributes to that's our committee that works on culture and well-being in the department. Also has some of those activities. Probably main things for this group is that we have formal documents that outline the expectations of both faculty mentors and research students that need to be reviewed every year, and the student and their advisor have to endorse this every year, that they've had these discussions and they both understand their roles and the lab policies. And this is also part of our individual student plans that we put together with our PhD students every year. Every year, there's an annual student activity report, which we call a STAR report, like our faculty activity report is our FAR. And the students complete this information about what they've accomplished this year, what their plans are for the next year. The faculty member reviews it and provides feedback, and they both have to acknowledge the grad student culture and the grad culture statement of mutual expectations. So there's an opportunity there for them to have that conversation if they're not doing that regularly. We've also really leaned in on making all of the policies and navigating your way through the program much cleaner for everybody, so that these hidden curriculum are not hidden anymore. So we have a new online grad hub for our department. From the beginning, from admissions through new grad students, current grad students, and then we're also developing some on the way out materials as well, which I'll talk about. Um, I think the big part of this is that we have improved onboarding. So there's a web page dedicated for new students, top 10 things you need to do to be ready. And then I have formal orientations, not only for our students, but for every new graduate faculty member that enters the department. We walk through the graduate culture document, what our policies and expectations are, what our funding expectations are on the faculty side too. So we're trying to build that long-term, that the faculty perspective aligns with what we want the culture to be. So just some key resources. This is the current grad student page. We have an MAE specific grad handbook, and there are both student and faculty versions. So policies that are specific to faculty are also available. We have degree timeline posters, so it's almost like a checklist of what students should do. We have these quick buttons for milestone actions, so it's really easy for them to do what they need to do to navigate their program, and then links to calendars and stuff like that. These are the degree timelines that we made. So it really tells them, even without a meeting with their advisor, what they're supposed to be doing every year. And that seems to have helped people know what to do. And then on the professional development end, we're actually hiring a grad program staff member who will be dedicated to career services and professional development, and are building out a career services web hub for our students. And they'll be running a professional development workshop series. So just the last couple things, we've been working on clearer, more regular communications to our students. We have a mentor teaching program in our department, and we're using that and some of the existing certificates in the university to lean in on the teaching preparation for students who want to go into academic careers. And we're working towards some best practices guidance for faculty lab policies, so that there can be more cohesion on that end for the faculty mentoring as well. So I will end there